Hello, moon babies. It's Molly, your dorky art witch auntie. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for visiting and being here on the channel. Today, I want to share with you a few ideas for creatively enchanting your autumn. So we're going to take a look at an art witch autumn bucket list. So let's talk more rock, grab a cuppa, and come on in. The first idea I have for you on our autumnal art witch bucket list is to work with pumpkin seeds in your mixed media. Now, pumpkin seeds are a fairly common magical ingredient in the United States, but did you know that pumpkin seeds take dye, color, food coloring, and paint beautifully? So you can harvest your own pumpkin seeds from perhaps if you're making jack-o'-lanterns, or you can go to the snack aisle and pick some up. They will work just as well. And you can submerge them in food coloring or add watercolor to them. You can spray paint them if you're feeling ambitious, but you can use these altered pumpkin seeds in mixed media, particularly to make charms, seed art, add texture to pages. You can create mandalas. I have a project in my book, Art Magic, where you take a thrifted record and create an abundance charm for your home using altered pumpkin seeds. It's big fun. I recommend that you give it a try. Number 2, we can forage skeletal forms in nature. We can go on a quest to appreciate the skeletal and sculptural beauty of seed pods, sticks, shrubbery that's lost its leaves, flowers that have turned over and dried in place. You can gather up some of these items to use in your magic, in wreaths, in grimoire fodder, perhaps for your own autumnal and Halloween party decorations. Obviously, the colors of fall are really what tends to steal the show this time of year, but if we go out and observe and look for it, there is so much beauty available to us in the world of form right now. Our third bucket list item is to work with corn husks. Now, much like the aforementioned pumpkin seeds from earlier in the video, corn husks are a really versatile art material. They take color beautifully. You can dye them with food coloring or with fabric dye that's available at most grocery stores. Wait, hold on a second. I actually, I have some left from a project I'll show you. Here we go. These are corn husks that if you can hear me over the crunching, these are corn husks that I dyed on the stove with a little bit of RIT dye. So you just pop water into a kettle and follow the instructions on the dye. And I used corn husks that are available for tamale making. So you can either go out and forage your own or pick them up from the supermarket, but they make these really beautiful little ties. You can tear them into little strips. You can braid them for bits in your grimoire. You can make wreaths. You can make painting besoms. You can make all kinds of really fun, colorful, magically imbued crafts with corn husks. These little strings are actually really great for tying up little herbal bundles or bouquets if you make them. I just recently made an herbal broom for my kitchen using these dyed corn husks, and I will absolutely be making one every year from now on. Our fourth bucket list quest is to sit still for a still life. So this is a grounding meditation or a grounding spell that you can try today. All you need to perform this spell is a few seasonal items that relate to where you live, and a sketchbook or a piece of paper and some kind of mark making tool. And so you're going to gather your seasonal items and you're going to arrange them into a little tableau, into a still life setting. And if you'd like to enhance this, you could choose to light it dramatically with a tabletop lamp, or maybe you'd like to work with natural light from a window so that you can really appreciate the values and the shapes and the shadows of what you're working with. And then you're just going to sit for a little moment and draw what you see, or whatever pops into your imagination while you are looking at your still life. When we work from life to create art, it doesn't have to be about being photorealistic or super perfect or super tight. The purpose of this kind of grounding spell, this kind of grounding activity, is when we work from life and really observe, we get very present and our mind gets very, very quiet. Creating a still life invites us to really slow all the way down. So you can try this grounding spell next time you need to clear your mind and relax. Let's talk about alternative pumpkin design. So if jack-o'-lanterns are a thing where you live, you can stretch your creativity this autumn by trying a new technique for creating your jack-o'-lanterns or your porch pumpkins. What would be really fun to try? You can check out some aspirational pictures if you like, or you can be inspired by things you already have. This is also a really great opportunity to get the people in your life involved in something creative together, which is a community spell all on its own. But you might wish to carve your pumpkins with sigils or paint them with wishes for your community and your neighborhood. Really, a jack-o'-lantern you can use just like you would use a spell candle. What would you like to infuse your neighborhood with? So while making your pumpkin preparations this year, think about what might just be fun to try and what kind of energy you would like to add to the mix of your community. Number 6 is close to my heart. Try a no-buy witchy remix. Challenge yourself and get really creative with a no-buy witchy remix of your altar, of your Halloween or Samhain decorations, perhaps any party supplies, or even magical ingredients. And when I say no buy, I mean no purchase necessary. We're trying to coax out our genius by reviewing and reinventing things that we already have. At least in my experience in the US, this season has become notoriously linked with single-use plastics. You can't walk into a store, whether it is home decor related or not, without being bombarded with adverts and displays about how to participate in the season profoundly. Now, absolutely no shame, no shame, no shame if you enjoy a spot of spooky Halloween shopping. I know I certainly do. I have a fairly tempestuous relationship with a particular decor stockist. I'm looking at you, Home Goods. But deliberately choosing to recycle and reinvent what we already have is just a really great way to tickle our genius and get our creativity bubbling. And ultimately, using things that we already have casts a spell of contentment. It is so satisfying to appreciate and give new life to things that you might already have. You could also consider having a Halloween or Samhain decor swap with your friends. Invite me. So how can you remix what you already got? Our next quest: do something to make your ancestors proud. That's it. That's the quest. I'm not sure what this one is. Is it 8? Are we on 8? I always number these and then I forget where we are. We'll just say that the next item on our bucket list is to grimoire by candlelight. Apparently grimoire is a noun and a verb now. I don't make the rules. You might wish to work in your grimoire by candlelight for a little bit of hushed focus pocus and to create a spooky celebratory atmosphere for yourself. Working by candlelight makes our actions feel sacred and romantic and allows us to reach perhaps a meditative state where we can slip in and out of time quite easily. And finally, make your treats a treat for the eyes. If you are lucky enough to have trick-or-treaters in your neighborhood, or you're having a potluck, or perhaps hosting some other kind of unholy gathering in your home this year, make your treats a treat for the eyes. Now, this doesn't have to be super difficult, ultra time consuming, or Martha Stewart perfect. Goddess knows I love me some Martha Stewart perfect though. It's just bringing a little bit of care to what you do. So if it feels like it would be fun and life affirming, go ahead and make those little ghosty lollipops. Make that party cracker for the wee witchling in your life. Put the cookies in a beautiful thrifted tin. Bless your trick-or-treat cauldron with sigils and streamers. Go ahead and make it feel special. This is just my personal opinion, moon babies, but I do really believe that magic is in the details. Conjure delight wherever and whenever you can. I think this is particularly important in a world where sometimes it feels like efficiency and hostility masquerade as the norm. Doing something that takes time and expresses your generosity is truly a subversive act of magic. I truly hope that this bucket list offering inspires you to create magic your way this season, moon babies. And if you are looking to conjure up something special this Samhain, I invite you to join me for Strange Magic, a Halloween grimoire bash. So we're going to be creating our Halloween grimoires together and then partying with other art witches who love the spooky as much as you do. I'll leave a link to that class in the down bar. It's available now for registration. I'd also like to take a moment to send a huge wave of pumpkin spice scented gratitude to my patrons who make this channel possible. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It is an honor to create for you. And thank you so much for being here, for watching, and being you. And until we speak again, my friends, witch on, witch boldly, and be well. Bye for now. Bye.